Hello my dear students, I warmly welcome you to CR's digital classes. In this video, we are going to solve reading comprehension questions. So our first reading comprehension is, so first of all, the question numbers 186 to 190 are based on this passage. What we have to do is, we have to first of all read this passage. So let us read. So literature is rightly called as the brain of humanity. Just as the brain preserves every experience and sensation and judges a fresh experience or sensation in the light of the acquired knowledge or experience, so humanity at large has a record of its past in literature. Its present conditions, problems, and circumstances can best be explained, examined, and understood, for it is a record available through literature. Literature is fundamentally an expression of life through the medium of language. So literature is what? An expression, fundamentally an expression of life through the medium of language. It is the storehouse of individual human experience and also of experience of human race in general. It does not simply record human deeds and actions, nor does it concern itself much with man and his social, political, and economical activities. It is concerned chiefly with man's inner life, our passions, emotions, feelings. A description of outward human life is just the meaning and not the end in literature. Man's outer life is studied and examined to understand him thoroughly and fully. Hence, literature is concerned with human thinking and feeling, how we think and how we solve our problems ethically, morally, emotional, and spiritual. Now, coming to the first question, which is, why is literature called as brain of humanity? So it is called as brain of humanity because it preserves the past and present of humanity. So it is preserving what? Past and present of humanity, because that's why it is called as brain of humanity. Now coming to the next question, which is, what is literature fundamentally? Literature fundamentally, here we can see that literature fundamentally is an expression of what? It is an expression of life. Now coming to the next question, which is, what is acquired knowledge? Acquired knowledge is nothing but knowledge through the experience of human race, or knowledge based through books, knowledge based through teachers, knowledge based on political activities. So acquired knowledge is nothing but knowledge through experiences of human race, whatever the things we are doing. Now coming to the next question, which is, what is the major concern of literacy? So the major concern of literacy is man's inner life. So it is the man's inner life is a major concern of literacy. Now coming to the next question, which is, literacy is a storehouse of what? Literacy is a storehouse of nothing but human experiences. So here human experiences are stored in the form of literature. Now coming to the next passage, our second passage is, losers let it happen, winners make it happen. Life is a do it yourself project. It is a DIY project. Whatever you give credence in your thinking will likely come to pass. Learn to develop two critical abilities: the ability to live with uncertainty and the ability to delay immediate gratification in favor of long range goals. Losers try to escape from their fears with activities that are tension relieving. So losers, what will they do? They will escape from their fears with tension relieving activities. Winners are motivated by their desires towards activities that are goal achieving. So winners are motivated towards goal achieving. Choose your response to what occurs. Learn from your mistakes rather than repeating them. Spend time taking action in the present rather than fearing what may happen in the future and what had happened in the past. And be different if it means taking the calculated risk. The greatest risk in life is to wait for and depend on others for security. The greatest security is to plan and act and take the risk that is going to ultimately make you independent. So this is the passage. So our first question from the passage is, so what does the term loser means? So here the term losers means the persons who are neglecting or the persons who are not acting or not working. So losers, what? Losers do not work or do not act. So how do winners make it happen? So how do winners make it happen? Winners have positive self-determination. Yes, they will be having positive self-determination. So winners remain passive? No, they will not remain as passive. Winners hate losers? No. Winners depend on the others for this? No. Our answer is option A, because winners have a positive self-determination. Now, what is essential for success? The essential for success is what? Impatience. So if a person is impatient, he cannot succeed. Patience and mental equilibrium. So if a person is a patient and his mind is balanced, then he can be a successful person. So our answer is patience and mental equilibrium. Now coming to the next question, how do losers try to escape from their fear? So losers try to escape from their fear with tension relieving activities. Now, how can one achieve success? One can achieve success by planning and working towards long range goals. So he has to plan and work for those goals. Now, coming to our last passage, which is a list of articles lost by railway travelers and now on sale at a great London station has been published, and many people who read it have been astonished. Astonished means they are surprised at the present mind is absent, at the absent mindedness of their fellows. If statistical records were available on this particular subject, however, I doubt whether it would be found that absent mindedness is common. It is the efficiency rather than the inefficiency of human memory that compels my wonder. Modern man remembers even telephone numbers. So modern man is remembering telephone numbers, but he is losing their articles in the railway stations. Now, telephone numbers, he remembers the addresses of his friends, he remembers the dates of good vintages, he remembers appointments for lunches and dinners. His memory is crowded with the names of actors and actresses and cricketers and footballers and murderers. He can tell you what the weather was like in the long past August and name of the provincial hotel at which he had a vile meal during the summer. In his ordinary life, again, he remembers almost everything that he is expected to remember. How many men in all London forgets a single item of their clothing when they dressing in the morning? So it is a common behavior, but rather than it is a common behavior, some people, many people, not some people, many people are forgetting something when they are dressing in the morning. Not one in 100, perhaps not one in 10,000, not one in 10,000. How many of them forget to shut the front door when leaving the house? Scarcely more. So they are forgetting to shut the door now, and so it goes on through the day. Almost everybody remembers to do the right thing at the right moment till it is time to go to bed, and then the ordinary man seldom forgets to turn off the lights before going upstairs. And the continuation is, as for leaving articles in trains and taxis, I am not great delinquent in such matters. So here the author is saying that he has not forgotten many articles in the train stations. I can remember almost anything except books and walking sticks. So here the author is saying that he can hardly remember where he is keeping his books and walking sticks, and I can often remember books. So the possibility of remembering the books is more, but the possibility of remembering the walking sticks is quite. So walking sticks, I find it quite impossible to keep or to remember. So the first question is saying the essay is astonished. The essayist is astonished about what? The essayist is astonished about the loss of articles by passengers in the railway station, because there are many articles being lost in the railway station. Now, modern man remembers even telephone numbers. For this statement, what does the author suggest? So, modern man is remembering even telephone numbers. So, he is remembering unnecessary data while forgetting the necessary things. So, it is difficult to remember telephones. No. Modern man remembers only telephone numbers and nothing else. No. Modern man is poor in memory. No. Modern man remembers unimportant things but forgets important. So, this is our answer. Now, coming to the next question, which is the word scarcely more in the context of the passage. So let us see where does this word scarcely more comes. So the word scarcely more is here, and it represents to perhaps not 1 in 10,000. So this is perhaps not more than 1 in 10,000 or not more than 1 in 10,000, which is option C. Now coming to the next question, which is 199. I am not great delinquent in such matters. So in this statement he is saying that the author is not delinquent, means he has not remembered many articles in the station. So I do not. So here author do not forget books and what. No, I do not lose many articles. So author is not losing many articles in trains and taxis. So now coming to the next question, the word seldom means. So we have to tell the meaning of this word. So the word seldom means is rarely. So if something is being rarely available to us, it is called as seldom. So this is the questions that have been asked in your reading comprehension section in your ICET examination. Thank you very much for watching this video, and all the best for your upcoming exam.